Sometimes in your journey of life or whatever, you'll occasionally come across a door that is kicked open a little bit. It's ajar. You could go in, possibly, which shows you like a different path, like a different way of life, a different possibility of what you could possibly end up with, you know, or not a temptation, but well, it is kind of a temptation. Like, you're like, you know, gee, if I just shifted here, if I just got off the road I'm on, this would be a really nice road. And it's happened to me quite a few times. It seems to have increased with frequency since I've kind of gotten on this path, whatever you fucking call it. Schizo mumbling about post-punk bands and the beast. But I got a great system, you know, set up here, or I made a great system for myself. But once in a while you'll get like this, hey, you know, you walk through this door and you could do this and that, and or this could be yours, this could be really great. And you have to just fucking close that door. It sucks. It gets harder as it goes on, you know. Like, probably not describing this in any way that it makes sense. But when you get on this kind of path, you just gotta stick on it. You gotta stay on it. The other greener pastures, as good as they might be, or maybe in the temporary, I think that the guilt that would come along with that about abandoning what I'm doing here, you know, and I'd kind of have to, like, just moving to a different place, or getting a different job, or being offered a high-paying position in a violent cartel. Like, these things happen to people, you know, and it's like, I know I gotta close the door, but sometimes I keep it open and just look in, and like, wow, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be awesome? And you know, I've always closed the door and kept moving. But sometimes it haunts you, you know. It's like, you know, just with a little bit of a step here, a step there, changing this, I could have this. You know, maybe, possibility, these different possible doors opening. And some are better than others. Not even mean like in a degenerate way. Like, hey, you could, you know, go back to drugs, or you could, it's nothing like that. It's just more like, I don't know, maybe this is probably making no sense. I just felt like I had to talk about it because it's fucking haunting me. So recently this had this kind of thing appeared in my life, and I closed the door, you know, but you look in there and you're like, oh man. At a different time, that's what I wanted so bad. You know, and it could be anything, you know, a job, not so much a material thing, but like moving to a new place, or, you know, a new house, whatever it is. Just a step in this direction would put me over here, and it might be wonderful, you know. It might. But then you got to think about what you have currently. And I love the life I have now with the people that are in it, and I don't know if it's just some of the doors I open to aren't doors leading to the beast, but perhaps the beast does dangle these things in front of you. Usually I'm good at really slamming the door, but this last incident, I kind of was like, oh man, you know, Wouldn't that be nice? I wouldn't be able to be this guy, though. I know it's pretty vague, but, well, I guess what I'm saying is, if you know you're on the right path, and you know you're in the right situation, you know you're in the right place, you're going to be tempted with going to a different place or a different situation, and maybe at a different point in my life, I would take that chance. But I don't know how much time there is left to get your ducks in a row. I just did a video. I was trying to determine the number of years I have left of being able to do this kind of thing. I don't know math, so there was not a successful conclusion to that. But yeah, sometimes it's harder to walk by things and to close the door on things. But you got to do it. If you know what you're doing is right, it's fulfilling, and it's affecting other people, now isn't a great time to be selfish. Now is a time really to be as selfless as possible. And that's hard sometimes, man. It's hard to be like, all right, this is for the better good. Yeah, it would be great to work to get that high-powered position in a violent cartel, but it's also a risky job. I get it. Yeah, you'd have an interesting friend circle, but yeah, sometimes you just got to close the door. But spending a few days looking in the window isn't a bad thing. Yeah, so I hope someone got something out of that. I just felt like I had to get these thoughts out of my system. Sometimes when you verbalize things, well, because it's sort of like a magic type of spell. Not sort of, it is. You're casting spells all day long. Your words combined with intention create an effect on the 3D we're in here. And that's just how it is. You don't have to believe it. It's going to be true no matter if you believe it or not. This is how it is, What I'm saying is I'm right all the time. No. It's just, yeah, some things are just going to be the way they are. But it's nice to kind of think about it for a little while. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.